You can start whatever. Okay, we're gonna call the judicial committee meeting to order. And the first order of business is the approval of the minutes. There's not a lot to it.
Make a motion to pass the minutes?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We've done that part. The next one are public comments. Do we have anybody in the public that wants to comment? Seeing none, we'll go to the next one. The first order of business is a probation budget correction. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah,
To us?
I'll take that. So basically, again, with the pay plan, you've got, we did a spreadsheet with positions and the pay for each position, and we were short on that $15,585.68 just by error. In
Short
addition,
on what, the,
on the spreadsheet that we then plugged that number into the budget,
okay,
which is basically, again, position and pay rate to come up
Okay.
with what the number was that went into the budget.
okay,
The remaining $7,641, they have an employee who has to be paid out his annual time who is retiring.
okay,
We also noted as we were going through and looking at this, of course, the benefits that go along with those two changes are there, but we also noted that they have six full-time employees, and we only had 4 in the insurance. So there's another $23,258 there for insurance.
but they had the employees were budgeted, but not the insurance.
We didn't adjust the insurance
Okay,
balance.
gotcha. Okay. Alrighty,
So it's a total of $51,583 coming out of fund balance.
okay. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Second?
Okay. Any other discussion? You wanna add anything, Betsy, to that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No opposition, okay. And the next one is the Judicial Commission overtime.
You got a copy of that?
I do, actually, here,
There's-
you take
there's
that.
one.
Yeah, you can take mine.
Okay.
There's an extra one over here, I
It's
think.
fine.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
There's an extra
I
one.
got paper coming everywhere now. Thank you.
Well, we had enough. We
All
had
right.
enough. Okay, this is 10,000 overtime pay.
Yeah, so as we were talking just briefly before the meeting, when we hand out status quo budgets, we adopt a budget in June now, we start handing out budgets in the March, April timeframe. Once I hand that out and I tell the budget committee these are the status quo budgets, historically, I've not gone back and made any further changes. So as budget amendments have passed, those have not necessarily gone forward into the continuation budget. I'm gonna work on doing something different with that this year. Basically, this should have, under old rules, when we used to pass the budget in August, this 10,000 would have been in the continuation budget, because it was a budget amendment that's actually passed in like April of
Okay.
23.
23, yeah.
Yeah, so, so this is basically putting in the 10,000 that was in overtime, for April of 23. It's just putting it back.
Okay, so it goes from 15 to 25 grand for
Yeah,
overtime,
that's
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that is what's in the budget, it just didn't get entered into the budget.
Right, so we have to figure out, and this is not a judicial committee issue, this is a budget committee issue. Are
Okay.
they gonna be okay with me, basically, when I hand everybody something and say, this is the status quo budget, and then after that, it's a continuing moving target,
Okay.
right? Because every time
Well, how many issues of this type do we have, do you think?
every budget amendment we do past probably the month of March, and maybe sometimes even the month of March. So potentially 3 months worth of budget amendments don't get picked up and carried forward
For the status quo?
for the status quo budget.
Is there a way we can?
I think what I'll have to do, as I have thought about it, I think what I'll have to do is just try to make that adjustment in the budget software and just tell the budget committee that the status quo budget, even though it's just gonna continue to change. Because otherwise, this money's not gonna be in the continuation budget.
Right, understand.
Yeah.
Now, are there other ways to handle that, say after the budget's approved, then you add those amendments in?
We could, and
Or
again,
before it's approved?
it's something that I'll discuss with the budget committee probably Thursday night briefly.
Okay.
Just to ask them how they would prefer to see that done. I didn't want the budget committee to ever feel like the target was moving all the time. Hey,
Right.
wait a minute, you gave me a status quo budget for finance and now
Right, I got you.
now it's 10,000 more than what you gave me.
Right, I
You know,
understand.
so we'll figure out a way that is acceptable to them and doesn't cause these kinds of problems.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's passed. In old business, no, new business, Felicia has resigned as of the second day of the year from the Judicial Commission office. And I talked to Lisa about, she says she's interviewing some other people. She's got two people for renewal, John and Stacy. And we're probably gonna have to have another meeting before the end of the
When are
month.
they up for renewal? February?
This month, she'd like to meet this month, but she's got some interviews she'd like to do as well. So, now we can pass them forward, but we'll wait for her to bring them. And it's my understanding that we no longer will refuse to bring them forward, no matter what our vote is. We'll come forward and say, two voted for, three voted against, or vice versa, but we'll bring them forward to the committee, to the commission regardless.
Recommendation, but it always goes to the floor.
It always goes forward. We'll come with a recommendation, two said no, three said yes.
Right.
This many years versus this many years, we'll bring them forward. Then we'll wait to the commission make a motion for whatever, and then we'll go from there. Is it
Packet goes out a week from today.
week from today?
Yep, so you may.
Can you
not be
put it,
looking-
can you put it in the agenda?
You can.
Put
When
it
you
on?
do your steering committee Thursday night, you can add them in
Well,
there.
we'll add it on the agenda that we'll have at least two.
Yeah,
And I don't know whether she'll interview people in time to get another one or not.
okay.
Also, the part-timer that we just hired,
Mm-hmm.
she has another job. Now, we just appointed her, so she can't get fired. But she told Lisa she could only work this day, this day, this day. And she is part-time, but she went through the training, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But she's got a different job doing taxes. It's my understanding she's going through some training, and she's been very recalcitrant about when she wants to work. But that's not my job. I don't run the office.
That goes to HR, correct?
It goes to HR and it goes to Lisa, so they'll deal with that. And she may or may not resign. I don't think she's resigned. She just said, I can only work these days. She is part-time, so it's up to that office to deal with that. But anyhow, so they are short now, but she's got HR and her to put out feelers for more interviews too. Anyhow, that's all I know about that. I don't know much else. Anyhow, any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.